Okay, here's an example of a resume that was shown to freshmen in careers class before they created their first resume here at Worthington High School. So students saw a couple examples and then they were assigned a resume to create. So this will be a review of what was done as students are ready to update that resume since they've had some work. So this is the podcast that'll be the tutorial of how to update that resume. Students should log in to MCIS. When they're logged into MCIS, they'll go to the My Portfolio area. And the first thing they should do is to review that resume that they created as a freshman. And when they created it, students uploaded the resume back into their program. And so this would be the area where they go to open that resume. So students will click open and open that resume. Once it's open on the screen, they'll need to go to the resume and enable editing, and then they'll have to look at it and see that their font is at least size 12. And they'll notice that the header is bigger and make sure that their font is size 12. But also go through the resume and check it over and see that they're satisfied with that resume. Once they've done that, they can also go in and use the tool that is available in the Google Drive for students to evaluate that resume and decide what they'd like to do to change their resume and update it. If they want to just change the resume that they already created, they can go into it because it's a Word document and they can change that resume and save it again on their computer. If they're happy with it, they can go back into the saved and uploaded resumes and they can add that resume by choosing the file, and then they'll have two resumes on there. When they have that, they'll have the time date on the resume so they know which one is earlier. So they won't need to get rid of that older resume. It will just appear here on the list and it'll have the update time on it so they can save their history if they'd like to have that for a reference. If students are not happy with the resume, they can go back into the resume creator that we used, and that is located here in the My Portfolio area. They'll click on Resume Creator, and they should be familiar with these tabs. They'll use the tabs again to add or change information in their resume so that they can recreate that in Word like it did the first time. So if I go through each of my tabs, the tab that I click on will open up more entries below it for each one of these areas. If they want to add to it, they just click the blue Add on the right-hand side of the screen. If they want to edit the information they have, they can click the Edit button. Also, if they decide that they want to delete information that's no longer relevant, they can click the Delete button, and that will delete the information for them. So each tab offers more options as they click on the tabs. When they finish, they should make sure that they do have 3 references, and then go back into the Create Resume, and it brings them to this page. On the first page, they just click Next, and everything is chosen for them. Then they should enter an objective when they are working in their class, and the objective should not be to get a job, but to what they would like to do in their job. If they don't enter an objective, that area won't appear on the resume. The same with the qualifications. If they'd like to enter that, they should enter something there. If they don't, that area won't appear on the resume. When they're done, they'll scroll down to the bottom of the screen and leave the rest of these options as they are. Then they'll click Create Resume. When they create their resume, it'll open up in Word and they'll have their new updated version of their resume.